Quickly, before we start this video, I just want to give a shout out to the guy that does my outro music on the gaming channel. I've used his outro music for a long time and I haven't really ever given him a shout out, mostly because I haven't had a lot of subs, so it wouldn't even have mattered. But now that I have 1.5k subs, I just feel that I really need to give him a little shout out. So please, if you like the type of music that is on my outro channel, like heavy metal and death metal and shit like that, go check out his channel. Andreas Knudsen is his name. And yeah, say hello to him for me or something. Yeah, okay, let's start. Hello guys! Today I actually had planned to do a TF2 with a pen and tablet part 2. Because the first time I did that, I used a tablet without a screen. It kinda looks like a breadboard. I had to look up what that means in English, by the way. I've never heard anyone say breadboard in English, ever. Anyways, now that I got a Wacom Cintiq 13 HD, which has a screen, I wanted to try playing TF2 on it. But this is what happened when I tried.
I'm so happy go lucky me. I just go my way, living every day.
So that video might never happen. Alright, let's start the video. Okay, so we're finally doing TF2 Classic. I wanted to do this video for ages, but not only does the mod only have American servers, but it also has no players 90% of the time. But I managed to gather some gameplay for this, because I want to talk about this shit. So, for the people that hasn't heard about this mod, what is Team Fortress 2 Classic? Team Fortress 2 Classic is a mod that lets you play deathmatch, which, as we all know, Team Fortress 2 is already famous for.
Team Deathmatch.
But let's get serious for a moment. Team Fortress 2 Classic is a mod that lets you play a lot of stuff. Deathmatch, where there is no teams, there is only the mercenary. It also has Capture the Flag, which is already so popular in TF2. I mean, how is CTF not a part of competitive TF2 yet? Yeah. And you can also play control points. In CTF and CP, you play as the regular TF2 classes, but some pretty interesting weapons are featured, some of which are community made, and some other weapons are actually from the early builds of TF2. No, not that one. No, not that one either, no. Yeah, that one! Yeah, okay. These weapons are pretty cool in my opinion, because they kinda let you experience what TF2 could have looked like. Like this needle gun for Scout that you can see him using in one of the earlier trailers for TF2. Or this weird looking rocket launcher for Soldier, which he also uses in the early trailer. These weapons aren't just for show either, they have their own stats. The alternative weapon for Soldier, simply called RPG, reloads 25% faster and has minus 75% clip size. In other words, you only have one rocket per clip. Demo Man can equip the gunboats, which is just weird, but a lot of fun. He also has another grenade launcher called Cyclops, which only has one barrel, and it has 150% bigger explosion radius and a minus 75% clip size, so again, only one shot per clip. Medic doesn't have any new weapons, but both the Kritzkrieg and the Ubersaw is reskinned. And the Ubersaw isn't even a saw, it's a syringe. A syringe that again can be seen in the old TF2 trailer. The sniper has an alternative main weapon called the Poacher's Pride, which has 20% extra damage bonus, 50% faster firing speed, but it has minus 33% headshot damage and no damage charge. Also, he has a melee weapon called Fishwhacker, which is just a weird little reskin for the stock. And lastly, the Spy has a tranquilizer gun, which slows targets' movement by 40% for 4 seconds. And all of this is really cool, but the main feature of Team Fortress 2 Classic is, of course, the deathmatch mode. The reason this is so cool isn't simply because it's a deathmatch mode, but because of the weapons, speed and feel to the game mode is simply awesome. If you didn't know, Team Fortress started out as a mod for Quake, and with this game mode we have kinda gone full circle, because Team Fortress 2 Classic Deathmatch feels a lot like Quake, and it is so fucking fun. Even if I have to play with 120 ping with tops 3 people at a time, I still have tons of fun with this game. You have a lot of different weapons, like a Tommy gun that makes you spaz the fuck out if you fire it for too long, an alternative SMG, a weird ass revolver, and a double barreled shotgun. And of course we have some weapons straight from TF2, like the rocket launcher, the minigun, the grenade launcher, the shotgun, the flamethrower, the flare gun, and the pistol. Another feature which makes this mod feel a lot like Quake is the power-ups that you can pick up. In addition to being able to pick up these little pills that gives you both health and temporary overheal, you can also sometimes pick up a power-up that gives you crits for a certain amount of time. Which is basically like picking up the quad damage in Quake Live. You can also pick up a power-up that Ubers you for a certain amount of time. And these power-ups spawn like every 2 minutes or so. But when you first have picked one of them up, you can go on a serious rampage. I have personally wanted to see a Quake mod for TF2 for a long time. And I gotta say, this mod is pretty close to what I've dreamt about. It's fast-paced, the weapons are interesting, and you benefit from learning when and how to use them, like switching them up according to what situation you're in. And just like in Quake, game sense has a lot to say, or knowing where to run to get health or overheal. All of this has a lot to say in TF2 Classic. As you can probably tell, I love this mod. It's so much fun. My only problem with it, and this isn't even the modder's fault in any way, is that, as I said earlier, there's only American servers. And I mean, it is by all means possible to play with 120 ping. I won several games with it. But it would be just wonderful to get to play this mod with low ping in an EU server. But this is not a big problem in any way. And we can end this off with some of my personal nitpicky opinions about the mod. First of all, I wish that if the player carrying the crit power-up is killed, that he would drop it and the player that killed him can carry on the rampage, just like in Quake Live with the quad damage. And second, and this is solely my opinion, it might not work in the game, and it might be a stupid suggestion, but this is my personal opinion. I kinda wish you moved just a little bit faster, to be honest. I do understand if they don't want to make it too similar to Quake, but I personally really enjoy the fast-pacedness and the speed of games like this. Not that it's not a fast-paced mod, I just like to see it go a little bit faster, but maybe that's just because I'm old.
Get with the times, Rick! Nobody likes going fast anymore, you old fuck!
But all in all, I absolutely love this mod. And the main reason I'm making a video about this is that I want more people to play it. If I can get just a couple of people to download it and play this, I'm happy. It is extremely easy to download. If you just go to tf2classic.com, they explain to you just how to download it. So if you in any way think this sounds and looks fun, please consider downloading it. And if you join my Steam group, Rick's Raving Rumps, and if enough of you download the mod, I really want to gather together a bunch of you and play a couple of matches, and make a video out of it. So please download the mod and join my Steam group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.